I feel like your approach to each individual has to be different. Not everyone's going to react the same way to the same thing. Like I might get a great response from this person and a not so great response from this person. So it's just trying to read the person and figuring out, hey, what is the best way for me to approach this person and how do I sell the milkshake?
What is up, Action Taker? Welcome back to After Hours Entrepreneur, your guide to the first six-figure year of your business. I'm your host, Mark Savant, and today we're coming to you live from South Florida, the Levan Center at NSU Nova Southeastern University here in Davie, Southeast Florida. This recording took place during the Space Day event here, which is a merging of private and public all coming together to innovate around the science and business of space. And one of the things that I think is really important as entrepreneurs is that we're always looking to the skies, both figuratively and literally, because innovation, my friends, is where all the gains are going to come from. So in this episode and this series of episodes, you're going to be hearing from students, entrepreneurs, business folks, people in government, and we're going to be sharing all the ways that you can leverage the industry of space to grow your business and grow your income. With all that said, let's get into this fresh episode here of the After Hours Entrepreneur, which is provided to you by podcast production agency Mark Savant Media. You can go to www.marksavantmedia.com to launch your profitable podcast today. All right, let's get into the episode. Amaya, what is up?
Nothing much. Working this event.
Yeah.
Trying to get out there, trying to get people to notice us, make connections, and sell some wonderful milkshakes, which you can find at Nova Southeastern University in Mako Hall at Shark Cage, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 7 to 10 on Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 11 on Fridays.
Dig it, dig it. So we selling milkshakes today, baby. We're making it happen.
Dairy and dairy-free. So being lactose intolerant, not an excuse.
Love it, love it. Now, you're a student here at the NSU campus, Huizenga School of Business, right?
Correct.
What made you decide to join that program?
Well, started back 12th grade when I was touring. I was looking at a couple other schools in South Florida. I really want to be in South Florida. I just love it here. And I saw their program. It was a 3+1, so I'd have my bachelor's after 3 years and my master's in 1 year. It seemed like the perfect program, honestly. And it seemed like it would give me a lot of experience, which I am getting now. Like experience running my own business, running it with friends, people that I trust, just learning the process and going through that step by step. I think it's really helping me to formulate myself to become an entrepreneur. This has been a really good learning experience for me. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, but I'm learning how to cope and how to deal with them. So I'm really happy about that.
That's one of the things I like about the way that the education is formulated here at the Huizenga School of Business. It's hands-on. It's not just reading a book. You're actually doing it. You're actually going around selling milkshakes today. You're trying to make real money.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's been a great experience, honestly.
You mentioned a bunch of trials and tribulations and challenges. What's one point that sticks out to you? Like, wow, that was tough, but I overcame it.
Honestly, just the actual operation. I'm not sure exactly how to explain that right, but
what do you mean by operation?
Like actually running the business, making sure we have inventory. Like for example, the supplier we use, we have to be extremely careful and extremely tedious because they only deliver once a week and we have to order 10 tubs at a time. So learning how to manage what we have to make sure it lasts and we can please all of our customers in the time given before having to order, make another huge purchase like that is one of the things we've been figuring out. I think we have it down packed now, but in the beginning it was definitely difficult trying to manage inventory and just the actual operations. You know how they say planning something is completely different from actually running it.
Yeah.
So just making sure everything lines up with our schedules and just actually going through the motions, I say. But I feel like we've been doing this for about a month now, and I feel like we're getting into a really good rhythm of how to order, when to order, things of that nature.
I would imagine that's a pretty scary thing to do. Because you don't want to get stuck holding the bag with a bunch, because food spoils.
Yes. And we have limited space, so we have to make sure we utilize what we have correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your plans with this business moving forward, right? You're a student, you're building out this business, you're learning about the supply chain, inventory management, sales. Where do you see this business going over the next 5-10 years?
So for this business specifically, it is, for right now, it is just a Nova thing. We were talking about maybe expanding, maybe doing this during our graduate years, but we're not 100% sure yet because we want to go where we might end up going in different directions. So for right now, our goal is to just expand on campus, get our name out there, try to expand off campus. Whole reason we're here trying to get different catering events, different people in South Florida, in Davie that we can reach and do events there.
Yeah.
Over the next 6 to 7 months for the school year. But afterwards, really not sure. We've talked about doing it and continuing this after we get our undergrad, but I'm honestly not sure. Not sure, you know?
Well, and that's what makes entrepreneurship kind of fun and exciting is you really don't know where the future holds. You just try to keep solving challenges and problems as they come up. One of the other things that is clearly very important when it comes to building a business is sales.
Yes.
It's sales. It's sales, baby. Show me the money. Let's make some money here, right? How are you making money? How are you getting your name out there? How are you making sales?
Doing things like this. Just going up to people like, hey, this is who I am. This is who we are. Come and support us if you can. That is basic. That and just marketing through social media, Instagram, TikTok, things of that nature. That has been our main plan. And it has been working for us so far, but we're trying to expand, trying to get different ideas to get people in the door and to buy our stuff.
Well, you had a pretty good pitch too, Amaya. You said, "Hey, do you like milkshakes?" What am I supposed to say? Oh no, I hate milkshakes.
Everyone loves milkshakes. That's why it's like this is perfect.
How long did it take you to come up with that pitch? Did you have to try different ways? Like, was it really awkward at first?
That specific pitch, I started doing that this morning.
Okay.
Just going up to people. I'm like, what is the quickest and easiest way for me to get to my point? Hey, do you like milkshakes?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you do, great. We're over there in the corner. Come check us out. We have dairy and dairy free. And if you just want to support, we have a little tip jar. So that's basically what I've been doing.
You know, that's another really good sales strategy is get them saying yes.
Yeah.
Get people saying yes early and often. It makes it easier to get the next yes. Right?
Right. That's been our whole strategy for the day. We weren't exactly sure what to expect coming into this. Like, I didn't think I would be on a podcast today, which is actually very cool and exciting, kind of nervous, but it's a fun experience. We just try to adapt what we say to where we are and what event we're at, you know?
Super cool.
Trying to learn how to read people, read the event, read the energy in the room, see, okay, what is the best thing for me to say to this person versus that person? Because I feel like your approach to each individual has to be different because not everyone's going to be the same or react the same way to, not everyone's going to react the same way to the same thing. Like, I might get a great response from this person and a not so great response from this person. So it's just trying to read the person and figuring out, hey, what is the best way for me to approach this person and how do I sell the milkshake?
Yeah. Well, and obviously that takes time. It takes, I think, natural talent too. But it also takes some guts. Yes. It takes some guts, right? Was it the first time you walked up to someone to ask them if they wanted to buy a milkshake? Was that a scary moment for you? Can you walk me through that?
I was kind of terrified. I'm not the most social person. I'm trying to change that and be more open, but it was difficult. I mean, the first time today was in the elevator. And I was like, oh, you guys are going up to Levan Center. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, do you guys like milkshakes? And one dude was like, oh, yeah, no, I love milkshakes. Other dude, straight silence. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, oh, well, we are doing an event. I was kind of starting over my words, just trying to figure out what the best thing to say was. Because I didn't want to not introduce myself to them. But in a literal elevator, you have about 30 seconds before you get to where you need to be.
Right. So elevator pitch.
Exactly. You don't have time to sit there and think and fumble over your words. So it's that was, I think, the roughest. But I think it's gotten better throughout the day. I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable just going up to people, finding the right moment, waiting for people to be finished conversations, because that's the last thing I want to do is interrupt someone else. So just looking for that sweet spot of hey, by the way, here's who I am, and this is what we're doing.
I think that's really astute, and that the point you made was it got easier throughout the day.
Yes.
The more comfortable we get with discomfort, the easier things get. And it's easy to get into our head about, oh, what are they going to think? Or they're not going to buy, they're not going to like. It's not that bad, you know?
At the end of the day, we're all just people.
Yeah. We're all just people. And the worst someone's going to say is no.
Right.
Okay, cool. I'll move on to the next one. And, you know, I can tell that even just getting on a podcast, which was uncomfortable for you.
First time.
Yeah, first time, right? It's just that I can tell that you've got some juice. You're going to have some magic coming because you are getting comfortable with that discomfort. That's the ticket. That's the ticket, baby. Yeah. So, Amaya, before we get into the rapid fire section.
Okay.
Get ready. Buckle up. Before we get into the rapid fire section, where's the best place for us to find you online?
Best place to find us is on Instagram. At Mako Milk Shakes, MAKO Milk Shakes. That is the best way to reach us. We post our hours, any rapid updates, specials. In our actual shark cage business, we change our flavors every couple weeks. So we will also post like new flavors there. That is the best way to reach us. Our website is still under construction, so we will have that up and running soon, which you'll also be able to find through the Instagram.
Boom.
So that is the best way.
Mako Milk Shakes. Beautiful. Love it. Amaya, rapid fire. You ready?
Nope, but let's go.
What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Scariest movie I've ever seen.
I just love this question, by the way. I know I always open with this, but I just love this question.
Scariest. Actually, recently I saw Barbarian. That took some out of me. I was like, because it was had so many twists and turns, and I was not expecting it. And I am not a gory person. There was so much gore in that movie. So I think recently Barbarian for sure.
Gotcha. If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Any animal. Honestly, like a shark or something.
Okay.
I love the water. So being in the water 24/7, perfect.
Love it. Dig it. If you could sit next to anyone on an airplane, who would you sit next to?
Beyonce.
It's a good choice. Good choice. Where are you going to be in 10 years?
Hopefully in $1 million house. Chilling by the pool, retired.
You know what's funny about that answer, Amaya? When I started my entrepreneurial journey, I had the same thing. In 10 years, I'll be retired, cash flow, passive income. It's going to be beautiful. But now that I'm kind of like in the heat of it, I don't know that I could ever retire.
Really?
It's because once you start putting all these systems, like I think in order to be a successful entrepreneur, we need systems, we need habits, we need routines in our life.
Right.
And I just feel like I just started to really, I kind of fell in love with the process of building and creating and meeting. So I want to follow up with you in 5 years and see if your answer might be different. I don't know.
It might.
But sitting poolside is not that bad. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, cool. Final question for you here.
Okay.
If you had 10 seconds with yourself 10 years ago, what would you say?
Stop being scared. It's not as deep as you think it is. You're going to be fine. Yeah.
Those are wise words. Amaya, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Boom. I hope you enjoyed this episode of After Hours Entrepreneur. Thank you for subscribing, and we will catch you here next time on the show. Listen, we've given you the tools. Now it's your turn. Go take the action. See you soon. Peace.